trying to help, Albie? I need to load the manure into the bag, not have it scraped out. Oh no. 3 mischievous helpers. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. Yeah. You're gonna say hello to everyone? Thank you very much for scratching my back. Oh! Thank you. Some rather exuberant scratches and nuzzles. Oh, it's sunny, but the wind is so cold. I'm not crying, I promise. It's the hay fever, even though I've had two hay fever tablets. 2. And they're just not working. The allergies are terrible around here at this time of year because everything is starting to spring up. And my stomach is rumbling. Hello and welcome back to another video from Mini Motley Sanctuary. In our last update, we were talking to you about our little man who is behind me, watching what I'm doing. He was seriously unwell and we didn't know what was going on. The vet said there is something seriously wrong with him, there's something underlying. You can see he's frisking me now. Are you frisking me? The vet said there's something seriously wrong with Diesel, there's something underlying, we're going to have to do blood tests. He's probably got a chronic condition, Cushing's or EMS or something worse, and we need to find out what it is because he was not getting better, he was just going more and more downhill and we couldn't stop it. We were doing all of the usual laminitis management techniques, soaking his hay, buying in low sugar hay, all low sugar forage, monitoring what he was eating, deep bed in his stable with lovely wood shavings for comfort to support the hoof when it's inflamed, anti-inflammatory and painkiller meds, and nothing was working. And he just kept getting worse and worse. And we felt so out of control in the situation and helpless and hopeless and scared. And it turned out that there wasn't something underlying. It was in fact tourists coming onto the property behind closed gates and feeding him high sugar treats, fruits, big sacks of apples that was sending his blood sugar spiking super high and giving him severe laminitis. And we nearly lost him, but we managed to catch them in the act when they were least suspecting it, when they thought we weren't there. We've done a full update in a podcast episode to our beloved patrons. If you want to come and join us, you would be supporting our sanctuary, supporting our work with the animals and our animal care essentials, whilst also becoming part of our amazing animal loving community. And we would be so thankful to welcome you over on Patreon, which secures the future of our animal sanctuary. And we've done the full detailed personal update over on there. But what a relief that he is back to his usual fun-loving, outrageous self.
So now Diesel's feeling better and it's time to think about clipping the horses when they get really hot as the weather warms up, sweaty and itchy, and Diesel can't shed his coat. He's got a bit of a problem with that as well, so we have to give him a helping hand and try and shear through the layers. This is the first time we've attempted it ourselves. Ever. We've previously paid people, professionals, to do it, but we wanted to try and do it ourselves because our little miniature rescue horses don't like other people clipping them. So you can see us giving it a go.
Please don't judge us.
Don't judge.
Be kind to us as you watch this video. It's our first attempt. And Diesel has about 10 layers of coat, particularly abnormal. We all know that American miniatures and Shetland and other native ponies have got very lovely, thick, fluffy coats, but Diesel has a particularly ridiculously thick coat, Mum, doesn't he?
It's just layer after layer after layer. Just when you think you're getting closer to his actual layer above his body, You still keep going with more. It's incredible. And it all goes in different directions, Anna, doesn't it?
Yes, it doesn't follow the normal pattern of a horse coat. It doesn't follow the usual direction, so it's particularly difficult to clip. And it is a real struggle. So I think we did our best for our first ever try at clipping a horse. And the main thing is he's got rid of the 10 layers of Arctic coats. I think he was built for Iceland, even though he's an American miniature horse. Something went wrong in his programming, I think, when he was born. Bless his little heart. We chat away to our patrons in detail about all the extra challenges that Diesel faces, why it's difficult to clip Diesel, even if you are a clipping professional, and the scars beneath his coat. If you'd like to come and join us, think of it as the price to go and listen to an animal talk. The price of a ticket, maybe.
Good boy.
Just look at the huge amount of fluff left behind all over the floor of the yard that we have to sweep up and clear up.
We clear up most of it, but we make sure that we leave plenty for the birds because they love to pick it up and start lining their nests with this gorgeous, soft, fluffy coat.
So before we got stuck in and sorted out Wilson next up, we let them out for a good old runabout. Diesel loves to celebrate, feeling lighter and more free, prancing around and galloping at speed in circles around the fields.
Celebrating the feel of the wind on his skin. Fortunately, there's no mirrors around and he can't see what he actually looks like. So he might not be quite so happy, but it feels good and he's feeling good, which is what it's all about.
In his fluffy thigh-high boots, which we hope will make you smile today, keeping his little legs warm during the colder nights.
Yeah, they look ridiculous, I always think, but they're there for his comforts.
I think they look super cute.
Fluffy long johns.
And they keep him protected as well against the mud, as you can still see. We've had some rain, some storms, some torrential downpours, so the field is still quite muddy at this time of year, and the boots just protect his legs from that thick, gloopy mud.
And who knew that the traditional wheelbarrow had so much to offer? Diesel just could not resist it.
Scratching services at the ready. This is what happens when you leave the wheelbarrow unattended in the middle of the field. You turn your back for 1 second, you turn round.
It's a multi-purpose piece of kit.
Next up at the Pony Pamper Parlour was Wilson, and Wilson has always struggled with professional clippers coming with their very large, noisy pieces of equipment, and he has been known to lash out in defence. He's been very nervous, and so we've always wanted to give it a go, particularly with Wilson in mind, haven't we, Mum?
Yeah, he was, well, not a priority because they're both really important for different reasons, but the particularly gratifying thing with Wilson is the fact that he's got such a close bond with us, such a trust with us that's been built over years from his early trauma, coming to us and learning to put his trust in us and that we'll always look after him and won't ever hurt him. So what a difference to be able to clip him while he was relaxing and, as you can see, thoroughly enjoying his Grassabix treats. And every now and then he just glanced around to make sure it was still just Anna and I. And it made it actually a very enjoyable experience for him, I think. So, as Anna was saying previously, he has really reacted quite badly to other people because these clippers are really noisy, aren't they? So this was a very positive clipping experience for him, and actually a hell of a lot easier for Anna and I because he has got a normal coat, hasn't he, Anna?
He's got normal levels of winter fluff.
Yeah.
And it's particularly important for Wilson to be clipped at this time of year because he has an inflammatory condition called sweet itch where he's allergic to fly saliva. So as soon as the flies bite him, the itching begins. So we want to avoid any extra reasons for Wilson to scratch or itch or aggravate his skin and his coat. So getting rid of that thick winter coat just helps him along the way. And then we can put all the preventative lotions and potions and fly sprays on him, and then pop on his lovely reflective zebra fly coat, which you'll see a little bit later on, which stops the flies biting at him and gives him an extra layer of protection. And then it means he's cool and calm underneath his airy, breezy coat as well, because it's made of a nice light net, so it doesn't mean that he'll be hot or overheating it, but it does mean that he's hasn't got an extra reason to itch when the flies start buzzing around.
In our attempt to make sure that the disastrous feeding of the horses by tourists never happens again, we put lots and lots of signs up all around any of the gateways where people might, if they chose to, come as far as the inner gate.
Trespass.
Well, I was going to say that, yeah. It is trespassing, but people were going around the big 5-bar gates and coming into this area. So we put warning signs on all the gateways to try to get the message across. Diesel, however, is not very happy about this. He's in fact furious that his supply of sweet treats has dried up and that people are being encouraged not to come and give him the things that are actually making him sick, because he doesn't know. He just knows they taste good.
And this is the point that we want to get across. If you know of any pedestrians or dog walkers or holiday makers that go about their way feeding horses without the owner's permission, please tell them that it can kill them, because the horses don't realise that it's bad for them. They obviously will take polos, they'll take apples and fruits and vegetables, and sometimes they'll even take foods that are poisonous to them as well, not realising that it will do them harm. So please do not feed them anything, even if it seems horse friendly, like grass, like apples and like vegetables that everyone sees people feeding horses. Please do not do it without the owner's permission, because it can give them choke, it can give them colic, twisted gut, and within hours the horses can be dead in the field.
And I think there's a different perception with horses to other animals in fields. I think people don't mean, obviously, to create any harm to the animal, but there's a kind of feeling that this is a big, robust animal, and a few extra carrots, or that won't hurt it. What a nice treat for that big, healthy-looking horse living in a field doing its own thing. And just as there's no way most people would consider it acceptable to go up to someone with their dog with them and offer the dog biscuits and treats, because I think there's an understanding that the dog is a member of someone's family and that might have underlying health conditions, special dietary requirements, etc. The same thing applies to horses. Horses actually are very finely tuned digestive-wise, and it is a misconception to think that just because they look big and robust, they can consume larger quantities of things and be absolutely fine and just run it off. It's far from the case. As Anna said, it has resulted in some absolute tragedies, and it nearly affected us in a tragic way. As it actually cost a lot of money in vet bills, and we almost lost Diesel, and it's taken us a lot of tender loving care and veterinary intervention to bring him back and get him back where he was before. So we can't emphasise enough, please never, ever, ever give anything to horses that you see in a field.
It could kill them.
It could kill them.
And it very nearly killed Diesel. And a huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting our Just Giving page to help with the vet bills and to help with the treatments and the medications. Please know you've made a huge, huge difference and been an amazing help to us. And we are so grateful and thankful to everyone who has given contributions to that fund. And you can tell it's spring because Winnie is full of it. Full of the joys of spring. She loves to show off and prance. She likes to call out to the neighbouring herd and try and get them to join in, which the neighbouring herd live through the trees. and she likes to try and get them to join in with her showcase of broncs and bucks and prances and toe flicks as she trots and gallops around the field, which is always entertaining to watch. We have her on Oestrus Mum, don't we, which is a supplement at this time of year which helps her balance her hormones because she's a live wire.
And we do notice when she doesn't have it. What a difference.
We certainly do. It's a whole personality transplant, isn't it?
It really is. And also Winnie is a horse that loves appreciation. So even if she's just showing off like that, without actually us even asking her to do anything, we always give her a round of applause and a cheer. And if we don't, she carries on doing it until we do.
Yeah, she really does.
Yeah.
She thrives on attention
She
and
really
nurturing.
does.
And we've really worked with Winnie over the years. It took a long time for her to trust us. We're going to be putting together a special Winnie episode for our Patreon supporters, all about her rescue story, her rehabilitation journey, because it's taken a long time to put right the traumas of Winnie's past. She was beaten and arrived in a terrible way to us, very nervous, absolutely terrified of people. So to see her celebrating and joyful is such a reward, knowing what she's been through in her life.
That's what it's all about.
Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us, and also it will notify you whenever we post a new video. Please click the thumbs up button. It really helps YouTube to show these videos to other animal lovers like us. Please share and spread the word far and wide to help our little channel grow. Thank you so much to our incredible patrons. We couldn't do this without you. If you would like to join us for as little as £1 a month, please come on over. We would love to have you join our amazing animal loving community over on Patreon. You'll get exclusive updates, very personal updates that we don't share publicly, Patreon exclusive podcast episodes, videos, diary entries, and lots more. We'll pop all the links in the YouTube description below.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you in our next video here on YouTube for shearing time later this week. We'll see you then.